Matt Everest, fourth generation I think I am, farmer at Eungella. Just run a small market garden. I've got about 20 acres of bananas, and I've been doing this ever since I left school, the bananas. Just recently, the last 8 years, got into the market gardens. We got about roughly 20 acres of bananas, just a mix of Cavendish and Ladyfinger varieties. We got a small market garden, consists of probably about 5 to 6 acres, 7 acres maybe. Small crops. We grow just seasonal stuff down there. Beans, peas, watermelons in the summer, sweet corn, tomatoes, cauliflower, beetroot. Grow a lot of beetroot, shallots, silver beet. Grow a good mix of stuff down there. Made a patch of bananas as I left school. My father established a patch, 4 acres, so that when I come out of school I had a patch of bananas to go into. Well, how long ago is that now? That's 14, probably nearly 20 years ago. Had a need in the end. I started selling the bananas at the local markets, just to get some income, because they were pretty poor wholesale market price for them. Yeah. So we started to sell them down at I think the first market we did was Byron Bay, probably 12 years ago. Bananas were still oversupplied, so I grew less bananas and started to grow small crops. I seen there was a demand for small crops at the market. I'd say our farm, or I know our farm's viable now. There's been times throughout the past where it hadn't been. That's part of the reason why we diversified into the market gardens and started to sell at the local markets. For 5 cartons of bananas that I'd wholesale, I'd only have to sell one myself through the markets to get the same income out of it. The problem with wholesaling stuff and the way things went, there was too many hands in the pie. Yeah. And because everyone needed to make the money out of it, you were the last on the list, so you got what was left in a sense, you know. I've seen the banana industry goes from pretty strong when I left school. It was still strong. A lot of growers, you know. There was a lot of areas still under bananas. I watched that slowly over a period of 15 years, slowly phase out, down to a point where you could, you know, the number of growers you probably count on 2 hands that are in the Tweed region. There seems to be a bit of hope in the industry where it might bounce back a bit here. There's some local, you know, there's a good local markets for them. People have started ripening their own fruit to sell it. Instead of sending it off to the wholesale markets, there's some local ripeners that are selling a fair bit throughout the region. There's been a lot of improvements on quality. Like there's more focus now on producing a quality fruit, so that it's able to be marketed better. Yeah, I think they do support each other. I think every industry, remains separate from one another, but they, I've got friends that are in the same industry as me. Yeah. And we get to visit each other's places and talk a lot about different things we've tried and did work or didn't work. I certainly share any of my knowledge with people that I talk to, and I'm happy to give them anything I've learnt. I have a vision. I think there's a good future here on the Tweed for agriculture. I think the banana industry could make a bit of a comeback. I think there's definitely a future in market gardening and selling direct to the public. We're right beside a big population base on the Gold Coast. People want to get their food fresh, and to sell direct to the public gives you the right you get the right amount of money for your product, and which makes your farm viable. Yeah, well, I've got no plans to retire. I've got a bit to go yet. I don't plan on having to work as hard as I am now all my life, but I think I've got to do something. I like doing what I do, so yeah. I'll definitely won't be retiring, but the plans of the farm is, I mean, the idea of I've got to make enough money out of the farm and to be able to retire on, so I don't have to sell the farm.
Yeah.
I've got to do what I do and make what I can, and so my kids, if they want the opportunity to farm, they can, because there's not a lot of no one gets really encouraged. You hear a lot of negative.
Yeah.
Around the area about farming and no future in it and that, and I can see there is a future.
Yeah.
It's up to you to sort of encourage people or your own kids to stay in it. Well, I think an easy and a good one for them to be able to do is support the local markets, local farmers markets.
Mm-hmm.
Provide them with good areas to be able to sell their produce. Better facilities, I mean, at the moment we the ones I do, we pack tents up and, we're exposed to the elements and that, I think they really need to look in, the next step for markets is they need to look into permanent facilities with proper structures so you can, operate all weather and because it's, it's not easy doing the market thing, it's a lot of work, and so that's one way I've been able to make it efficient. I think they need to support what's going on now and take it to another level. I think, and to do that, I think they need to really, they've got the power to make the consumer aware of what agriculture does go on in the area, and realise that we've got this potential here to grow a lot of produce, to be sort of self-sufficient in a way in our own region. And if they can make the consumers aware of that and then follow on and provide good facilities for us to operate out of, and that, I think you'll really get you'll get a flow-on effect, and you'll get something that'll have no choice but to grow.